Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a response to Mr. Digiacomo. Digiacomo, thank you, sorry. I should know that by now. I have a close friend whose name is Giacomo, so I was getting confused. Anyway, I wanted to reference to the comments about the concern of a $5 million investment by the city. And on the surface, it is something that you would say that's a lot of money, and aren't there other things we could be spending money on, especially in the time frame over the last 5 or 10 years where we've been struggling from the recession and other reasons. It is part of our job to set priorities and to steer the city towards those priorities, whether it's administration or council or in combination. Together we do this. The $5 million investment that we have in the started out as a stadium project needs to be done, this is my opinion, but I'll share with you why we came up with this. The stadium itself is in very, very poor maintenance right now, and there are some sections of that stadium that are very close to being roped off from being unsafe, and without a major renovation or rebuild, we're not going to be able to use most of that stadium, if not all of it, at some point in time in the near future. So one of the issues that we have is we've got a stadium that we use for McKinley, for Canton, for universities, for the Hall of Fame events, that's very important to our community, that may not be able to be used in the very near future. And so we need to figure out how to come up with money to fix that. The initial conversations we had estimated that the repairs, or in fact to tear down and replace because the structure was so bad, would cost in the vicinity of about $22 to $23 million. The city of Canton, in these conversations, was looking for outside resources to figure out how we can pay for that, in addition to Kansas City Schools. And one of the things we did is we went to the state and asked for money for the capital budget. And this was a collaboration with the Chamber of Commerce and outside communities of Canton and Stark County, deciding what the priority was going to be for this region. And we collaboratively decided that we were going to put our resources towards that stadium, understanding how important it is to Canton, the Hall of Fame, and our school system. And so the city was asked to make a commitment in order to leverage those dollars to get others to commit. We had made a verbal commitment at that time, which technically is not binding until it passes council, but the verbal commitment we made was to get others to step up to the plate. The Stark County Commissioners then matched our $5 million verbal commitment with the verbal commitment of theirs in reference to how they would try to come up with $5 million to match that. So those dollars were doubled instantly. And then we went to Columbus and we approved, this was through our state legislature, that they came through and got us $10 more million from the capital budget this past year. So now we're up to $20 million committed to this stadium project. And the local foundations then put up another $2.5 million in commitments. So very quickly we got to $22.5 million, which is what we thought we needed to redo the stadium as is. So we could pave $5 million of the roads and be done, or we can take that money and put it here and leverage that to get $22.5 million. And if you watched the Monday Night Football game or read newspapers in the past week, you saw that Tom Benson from the New Orleans Saints committed another $10 million towards that project. So now we're up to $32.5 million. And we delayed the start of it. It was supposed to break ground this August, right after the Hall of Fame week. But before we got to that point, new conversations started happening with the new director, with Dave Baker. And we started talking about doing more than just repairing or replacing the stadium, and actually take it to the next step, which would actually create a much bigger, bolder environment for us to celebrate the Hall of Fame activities and all the needs that we have in our community. And that's what developed the Hall of Fame Village project. And so that $5 million turned into 10, turned into 20, turned into 32, has now turned into an unbelievable, exciting village project that we have multiple different entities that are investing and wanting to be a part of. The first phase of this project is in the hundreds of millions range, and there's going to be a second phase that's going to be equal to that or bigger. And so we're talking about an impact on our community that is going to be one of the biggest we've ever seen. This will create numerous new jobs, which will create tax dollars, which will generate revenue for us for years to come that we can use for all those other things that you're concerned with, that we're all concerned with as well, from safety to infrastructure and other things that are important to our community. but we do have to have revenue. This will create an opportunity for us to not only take care of a need for our community that will keep us on the map, but it will also generate new revenue on a regular ongoing basis. So that's a little bit more to the story. I can't divulge too much more than that, but the facts are that this is turning into one of the biggest projects in the city's history, and that was part of the project that we had and making the commitment was leveraging those dollars to get more outside dollars to be able to do much more for our city than just $5 million worth. So that's a little bit more to it, and part of our decision-making power up here and responsibility is trying to figure out where the best place to put what limited resources we have, and I believe that is one of the best investments that we can make at this point in time, which is why we're pushing that project. And if you'd like to talk personally one-on-one to hear more information, I'd be happy to give you much more. But publicly, we're limited on what we can say at this point. I hope that helps. Thanks.
Thank you, Mayor.